In step 9 of House Hackers Anonymous, we discuss setting up an online business that you can manage and maybe even build completely or at least partially remotely or through your laptop so that you can faster and more easily leverage all the hacks that we talk about. There are so many ways to make money online, but right now I want to specifically talk about selling information products since I've noticed that it's a very popular career choice in Tulum, Mexico, where I was just living for a few months. And if you've ever been to Tulum, you'd know that it's not a cheap place to live, and the kinds of money that people there are making by selling information products online is absolutely incredible. So let's talk about what is an information product. An information product is basically a piece of knowledge that you sell to people on the internet. That's it. It can be sold as a book, course, a content subscription, coaching business, online workshops, webinars, whatever. The knowledge that you sell might be how to be more confident, or it can be learning to play the piano, learning a language or a tech skill, or even learning about a new religion or a mindset. There are endless information product ideas for you to leverage. And by the way, a lot of business ideas that you might not think of as being information products actually can easily become that. So for example, if you're a doctor in person, then selling information products for you might literally just be being a doctor online. If you're a building contractor in person, your information product might be teaching about construction or being a building consultant. And you can do that over online or over the phone. Everybody uses the internet these days, and there literally doesn't have to be a huge difference between somebody who's a consultant that works in an office in Detroit versus a consultant that is living their dream life on some island. The job is literally the same, but one of them is doing it with an official title in a place that they probably don't like, and the other one is doing it in a place that they like, maybe with a less official sounding title. Before we get into how to sell information products, I want to talk about the stigma that I hear whenever people talk about information products. That it's not real, that selling information is a Ponzi scheme, it isn't real work, since most of the people that are doing it are living their best lives from the money that they make in selling it, and that creating a whole business around an information product isn't sustainable because there's no way that selling something that you can't even touch with your hands can be considered work or add value to anybody's life. And I hear these limiting beliefs constantly, oftentimes from people that are really struggling in life and have an amazing information product that they could be selling and making a lot of money from and living their best life with that money instead, but they're not doing it because they believe that there's something maybe morally wrong or weird with making a lot of money if it looks too easy. And to me, that's a sad belief to have. And if we all go a little deeper into that, I would say people that have this belief might have been taught at some point in life that being happy and enjoying yourself is wrong and weird, and that true value for other people can only be created when you're sad and suppressed. That's wrong, and I'd go so far as to say that the opposite is true. When you make other people's lives better, your life gets better. And when your life is better, you're able to bring a lot more value to the lives of other people, and you're able to teach people in a much better way. There's absolutely no contradiction between living your best life and helping to better somebody else's life at the same time. And if that's your full-time career, then even better. You can become an expert in helping to better the lives of other people, and people will pay you for it, not because this is some kind of Ponzi scheme or because anybody tricked them or forced them into doing it and buying your product, but because they actually believe that you can help them have a better life in whatever way your information product is doing it. The same way that somebody's day was made because they bought a stuffed bear at a physical shop, somebody's day might have been made because they joined your online knitting club or whatever your online or information product is. Also, remember that any kind of higher education is literally an information product. If people are willing to go into debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars for a university education that is not so fun or practical and is really complicated to sign up for and requires you to sit in a classroom and be poor for many years and is most likely going to lock you into a lifetime of wage slavery and debt, then trust me, they'll pay for your much more fun way of learning whatever it is that they're learning with you, especially if it's cheaper and it actually brings them value. And if the last couple of years in tech have taught us anything, it's that a lot of the official sounding jobs are about to be dominated by technology anyway, and the ones that aren't are going offshore if they can help it. So just do what is good for you and what will probably bring you results. If the tried and true ways of doing things works for you, then awesome. But if selling information products is your dream business model and you're only hesitating to do it because it sounds too easy or too fun to be valuable or sustainable, then in my opinion, it would really be a shame to not go for it. So now let's talk about how to actually do it. How to sell information products in 3 steps. And by the way, in this video, we're talking about a business and not a job where you work for another person. Jobs are valuable too, as we discuss in the 12-step program. So your first step towards running an information product selling business is going to be deciding what it is that you want to sell. What value do you think that you can bring to other people? Is there a thing that you're really good at doing that others might benefit from? When you talk to other people about what value they think that you bring to their life, what seems to be the most common theme? Do they like the way that you do your hair or how you dress? Maybe you have access to certain data or information that most people don't have access to in their day-to-day life. Take however long you need to figure this out. One thing that I like to do to decide what business idea I want to work on is to focus on what my current problem is, so that by fixing my own problem, I can get better at helping others with that same problem. Like that, I get to kill two birds with one stone. Your next step is going to be finding out where the people who need your product are hanging out. How will you reach these people? Is it through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or targeted Google ads? Is it through a specific website that was made just for that thing? For example, my friend is an elementary school teacher and she finds her students through a website called outschool.com, which basically vets and does background checks on all the teachers that are going to be teaching minors online. And another example is betterhelp.com, which is where online therapists can find their clients, and I use their referral links sometimes. I know that there's a ton of other websites where you can teach English or teach musical instruments, and if you're a gamer and you're selling the ability to watch you play games or be in your gaming club or whatever it is, you might want to hang out on Twitch or Discord or Reddit. Let me know in the comments if I'm missing anything. If you want your information product to be focused on a specific location so that you can communicate with your clients online but be able to also meet them in person whenever necessary, you can use Google Maps. Sometimes Google Maps requires you to have a physical address in order to get your business verified, but other times they don't. I've personally done it several times, and it's much easier than most people would think. I would suggest, if you're not interested in maintaining a social media presence and don't have the money to pay for Google ads, and you're willing to make your information product show that it's based out of a certain location on Google Maps, even if you don't actually have a physical operation yet, Google Maps is a pretty reliable source of business, because once you set up and verify your business online and add a phone number or WhatsApp link, then other people will immediately be able to find your business whenever they're in your area and they need that thing. So for example, let's say you're selling addiction recovery services or whatever else you're selling. You don't have to go in and keep updating your Google Maps profile, because as long as your business is active, people will keep writing reviews for you and keeping your Google Maps page alive. So that was your second step, finding customers. And your third step will be deciding how you're going to deliver your knowledge and get paid for your information product. You're going to want to make this step as easy as possible for yourself and for whoever you're selling to. Under promise, over deliver. Whatever you think you want to charge for your product, charge at least double. You know your product super well because you've lived through it and it's so intuitive to you, so you have no idea how valuable it's going to be for other people, and you honestly can never know. So just think of what feels like a fair price to you for the kind of value that you can offer to other people, and then charge at least double or triple that amount. And then make sure that whatever you're promising to your customers is something that you can 100% commit to and deliver on time. Start super small and super easy so that you're able to build a reputation for yourself as a reliable seller of whatever that information product is. Create a system where you can actually feel like you're not working, and where you can conceivably travel or move around or build a family and do whatever you would normally be doing while continuing to deliver excellent service to the people that are paying you for it. Communication is key. If you don't know how to do any of these steps, like for example, you don't know what kind of information product you want to sell, or where you want to sell it, or how it would benefit people, or how you want to sell it, it would really help to ask around and try to find people that would really appreciate whatever that thing is that you want to sell. Ask other people, like ask your friends what kind of problems that they need solved and where they would go to solve these problems. If the people that you already know would pay zero for your service, or they seem like not the ideal types of customers or clients, keep exploring and getting to know more people and more markets. Do it in person or online, whatever is easiest for you. Ask people on Reddit or on Quora, ask in person at your local church or yoga studio. This is an opportunity to also get to know yourself with the help of other people. I personally would never have thought about creating House Hackers Anonymous if not for all the people in my personal life that were constantly telling me how good I am at operating in survival mode. I always thought of myself as being very bad at survival, not good. That's why I was in survival mode. But because I was always in it and obsessing over my day-to-day survival for so long, without realizing it, I became to other people sort of an expert at being in survival mode, which I'm now trying to get out of mentally with the help of my friend, who's my somatic healing coach. And now I'm documenting the healing journey in my personal vlog. By the way, somatic healing is another information product that people pay a lot for. And my friend got into somatic healing herself because that was a problem that she struggled with for many years. And now she's helping to liberate other people who are feeling stuck in their bodies or in survival mode for whatever reason. In my case, my body literally feels stuck in the perception of being in survival mode. So there it is. I hope this video was helpful for some of you that are considering selling an information product so that you can better people's lives while also living your own best life. And if you want to start an online business, but you're not doing it because you're still having to worry about your short-term survival, like your basic day-to-day needs, you might benefit from my 12-step survival program, which is called House Hackers Anonymous, which I created to help my younger self to get out of survival mode physically. You can read it as a book or watch it as a course on my website, househackersanonymous.com. Also on my website, you'll find my shop, which is basically mostly for US-based customers, and you'll find some products that have personally really benefited me in my own house hacking journey when I was living in the States, and some of them are surprisingly affordable. So feel free to explore my shop and any other tools that are on my website. Otherwise, have an awesome day and see you in the next video.